Okay, you guys, this is actually wild. Revolve, the brand that's basically become synonymous with Coachella influencer culture, is officially being sued. This is a massive $50 million class action lawsuit that could seriously shake up the entire influencer marketing space. I will be explaining everything in detail. And if you're into this kind of internet drama and behind-the-scenes breakdowns, make sure to hit that subscribe button so I can keep bringing you more content just like this. All right, let's get into all the details, because there is a lot to talk about. So here's the deal. This lawsuit was filed in California, and it's accusing Revolve of straight-up misleading consumers. And what they're being called out for is actually a huge problem in the influencer world right now. Basically, the claim is that Revolve paid influencers, or gave them free stuff, perks, all the glam, to promote their clothes online, but the influencers didn't actually tell anyone that those posts were ads. Like, no number sign ad, no sponsored, no little FTC disclosure tucked in the corner. And for anyone who's ever bought something off of a recommendation like that, yeah, this lawsuit is saying you might have been misled. The person who filed the lawsuit says that if she knew those influencers were being paid or gifted, she probably wouldn't have bought from Revolve at all. Which honestly makes sense, because when you think you're getting an honest review and it turns out it was actually a secret ad, that's kind of shady. And here's the thing. This isn't just a social media etiquette issue. This is a legal one. The FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, literally has rules about this. If you're getting paid, gifted, or even partnered in any way with a brand, you have to disclose it. And the lawsuit is saying Revolve knew exactly what they were doing, building an entire marketing machine around influencers looking like they were just naturally obsessed with the brand, when in reality, there was money behind the scenes. It's not like Revolve can really pretend they didn't know better either. Because, get this, in their own 2023 financial report, they basically admitted this was a risk. They warned that if their influencers didn't follow FTC guidelines, it could lead to lawsuits. So, yeah, sounds like they knew this was a possibility. Also, just to be clear, the lawsuit doesn't only go after Revolve as a company, it also names some of their affiliate businesses and even includes a few influencers as co-defendants, which is kind of a big deal, because usually these cases just target the brand, but this time, it's pulling creators into the mix too. And that's going to have a lot of people in the influencer world sweating right now. Okay, so this part is honestly kind of the tea that nobody talks about, but it's one of the biggest reasons this lawsuit even exists. Because yeah, there's the whole issue of undisclosed partnerships and influencers being sketchy online, but let's take a second and actually talk about the price tags on these Revolve pieces. According to the lawsuit, people weren't just being influenced to shop, they were potentially being overcharged while it happened, allegedly by a lot. The woman who filed the case claims that Revolve's pricing was marked up by 10% to 40% compared to other retailers who sell the exact same items. Think about it. You're scrolling your feed and one of your favorite influencers, the kind that makes everything look cute and effortless, is wearing this flowy little sundress tagging Revolve. No number ad, no sponsored disclosure, just vibes. You trust their taste, you trust their real girl opinions, so you click through and you buy it. But behind the scenes, that influencer might have been paid to post it, and on top of that, you just paid way more than you had to, because that same dress might be listed on another site for a fraction of the cost. The lawsuit argues that the lack of transparency about those posts, paired with the inflated prices, is where the real damage comes in. And more specifically, about consumers spending their money under false impressions. You weren't just inspired to buy. You were kind of manipulated into paying more than you needed to. And let's not ignore the fact that Revolve is known for selling items from third-party brands too. So they're not always producing the pieces themselves. They're often reselling. That means when they list something for, say, $250, it might actually be available elsewhere for under $200. And let's be real. This isn't about a one-time impulse buy. Multiply that by the thousands of influencers Revolve works with, the millions of followers watching those posts, and the billions of dollars in annual sales, and you start to see how deep this goes. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, Revolve Festival is like the unofficial pre-party to Coachella. It's invite-only, super curated, very influencer-heavy, and basically their own mini-festival full of celebrities, glam teams, gifting suites, and content opportunities galore. It's meant to look exclusive and aspirational, like all these effortlessly gorgeous people living their best lives. But let's just say reality doesn't always match the Instagram feed. Let's go back to 2022, which is when things really hit the fan. Influencers were not happy, and they were definitely not quiet about it. The whole event turned into such a logistical disaster that people literally started comparing it to Fyre Festival. There were influencers with full glam in 90-degree heat, standing outside for hours, trying to get on shuttles that just never showed up. And we're not talking 2 or 3 people. There were dozens of influencers stranded in the middle of the desert. No water, no food, no clue what was going on. Some people said there was zero communication from Revolve, while others claimed they were being prioritized based on their follower count. So if you weren't bringing in major numbers, good luck catching a ride. Eventually, the brand had to come out and apologize publicly, saying they were deeply sorry for the disorganization and promising to do better. But the damage was already done. People were posting horror stories all over social media, and it was clear that the vibe wasn't exclusive. And it doesn't stop there. The Pizza Slime collab in 2024, which, girl, that was a whole situation. So Pizza Slime, which is a brand known for parodying influencer culture, partnered with Revolve to throw an after party. And they thought it would be funny to put up signs at the entrance like, over 1 million followers this way, and under 1 million followers that way. Now, if you know Pizza Slime, you know they live for trolling. But people didn't take it as satire because Revolve's past behavior made it feel way too real. Influencers were leaving, making videos about how humiliated they felt, saying it was honestly just gross.
I am leaving the after party because of this sign. Over 1 million followers enter here. Under 1 million followers enter here. That's so weird to me. What?
Revolve tried to play it off like it was all a joke, but the internet wasn't buying it. People were like, this isn't funny if you're the brand that actually does this kind of stuff. It just made them look tone deaf, like they were trying to meme their way out of bad PR, and it totally backfired. So this year, rather than repeating the same multi-day festival format that led to shuttle fiascos and exclusivity backlash, Revolve scaled back to a one-day, hyper-curated event, but made sure it was packed with luxury appeal. Influencers who attended posted walkthroughs of the gifting suites, and yeah, they were wild. Think floor-to-ceiling shelves stocked with brand new Dyson Airwraps, Charlotte Tilbury products, Peter Thomas Roth skincare, Fleur perfumes, organic tampons, customized denim. But the thing is, while the glitz works in the moment, it doesn't erase what people remember about how the brand has treated attendees in the past. Revolve reported over $1.1 billion in revenue in 2024, which sounds impressive, right? But here's the thing. Even with those big sales numbers, their stock is down 38% in 2025. Yep, almost 40% gone. It didn't come out of nowhere. It hit right after the class action lawsuit dropped, so it's clear that Wall Street is not loving the influencer drama either. Now, let's break down why this is such a big deal. Revolve isn't just any fashion retailer. Their entire business model revolves around influencer culture. They don't rely on traditional ads like billboards or TV commercials. The lawsuit is accusing them of violating multiple state and federal consumer protection laws. Specifically, they've been hit under the Florida Deceptive and Unfair Trade Practices Act, the California Consumers Legal Remedies Act, and the Unlawful Business Practices Act. The lawsuit also invokes consumer protection laws across more than 20 states. This isn't just a local slap on the wrist. It's a nationwide call-out. And it's not just Revolve being dragged into it either. The complaint also names 3 individual influencers and multiple affiliate companies as co-defendants. And then there's the industry pressure. Earlier this year, the National Advertising Division, NAD, of the BBB, basically the people who try to keep ad practices clean, recommended that Revolve revise their influencer policies to make sure all sponsorships are clearly disclosed. Now, $50 million might not bankrupt a billion-dollar company. But the long-term fallout? That's the real threat. Because if they lose this case, or even settle, it could set a major legal precedent for how influencer marketing is regulated going forward. So yeah, this entire situation is just getting messier by the minute. Whether your team Revolve is canceled, or you're just watching it all unfold with popcorn in hand, one thing's for sure. This lawsuit isn't just tea, it's a major moment that could seriously change the way influencer marketing works moving forward. It's not just about one brand or one mistake, it's about the whole system behind what we see on our feeds. And trust me, I'll be keeping a close eye on what happens next, because this is far from over. Also, real quick, We are so close to hitting 1,000 subscribers, which is honestly insane and kind of surreal. If you've been loving these deep dives, recaps, and internet drama breakdowns, please make sure to like, comment, and hit that subscribe button. It helps me so much and lets me keep making content for you guys every week. I seriously appreciate all the support more than I can even say. All right, that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.